Oh my God, we were running again.
Again?
Yeah.
Isn't this the third time in 6 years?
Yep.
What happened?
So Dan was going to get our son, a little boy, from school, and I wanted to go with him. And being in the wheelchair, like you had to load the wheelchair into the van. And it takes a few extra minutes to like do the tie downs and stuff. It was like, can I just go alone? But I kind of insisted, Uncle. I was like, I need out of the house. So we get there and everything's going just fine and smooth. We're in the pickup line. Because, you know, like all schools were in the pickup line, but ours is like, what, 3 lines and
3 cars stop, 3 cars stop.
yeah.
So 3 kids get picked up.
And then it drips down to like single file. So we're like halfway through the line. We're just sitting there, and the next thing, Dad screams, "Oh shit!" And I feel this boom. For anyone else, that may not be a big deal, but I've had spinal surgery and I've herniated like 4 discs in my neck. I'm extremely fragile back there, like extremely. So for me, as soon as I felt it, I was kind of like screaming and knew something was wrong. But I didn't quite figure out what happened because it was quite a bump, but we were stopped. So how the heck could anything happen? Like, I thought Dan ran into something. That was what my first thought.
When we were parked, we were stopped. Yeah.
And so what was your initial thought when you said, oh shit?
I knew exactly what happened.
Did you?
Because, like I said, we've been in 3 of them. 2 of them, we were at a complete stop. A red light, we were at a red light on one, and it was nighttime and raining. And that one was stopped as well. So you kind of know when something hits you. Of course, you wouldn't know it if we were maybe driving 5 miles an hour and hit something, but we were stopped, and boom. The lady gets out of the car, I get out of the car. She's kind of brushes it off. Oh, no damage, it's okay, you're fine. She got back in her car. She looked.
She was itchy and was scratching her butt.
Yeah, she said I'm scratching my butt or moving my butt pillow or something, and she had sores all over her body, you know, and I don't want to assume anything, but you know, there are certain illegal substances that can make you get like meth sores or whatever you call it. So, and she obviously felt like she didn't have time for it, but I was kind of okay to just keep going because I knew there wasn't a whole lot of damage to the car. But Natalie started like screaming a little bit.
Yeah, like, it took me a few minutes because, again, I didn't know what happened at first, but as soon as I realized that I was thumped, I was like, you know, that we were thumped, like, I kind of felt my neck go, just say, like, it wasn't happy. And even then, I tried to like kind of play it off because I know from my last 2 car wrecks, like when I bust out screaming on both those. I scared the crap out of Dan. So I didn't want to seem like it was a big deal because we were in a car line. It should have been nothing. So I was like, I don't want to play this up. But yeah, I did get injured. We
You said get her information. I'm like, what? What do you mean? So
yeah, so things changed.
I told the one of the heads of the schools in the car line that we had just been rear-ended, and she said, "Okay, pick up your kids first. Go to this little parking area here, and y'all exchange information." And so we go there. She, this woman obviously did not want to deal with this for whatever reason. Was she high? Was she just did not think it's a big deal? She looked at the bumper again and she took a picture and said, "All right, I'm going to take a picture of the damage of this vehicle." And she said something like, she whispered an F-bomb. There ain't no effing damage. But she took a picture of the bumper cover, the plastic, flexible piece that goes over a bumper. I got an insurance card. We got the wrong information. Let's just say that we do not know if it was intentional. But I took a picture of the insurance card she gave me, and she left. And we were going to leave, but Nellie said, "No, I think I need to have an ambulance, come get me." So we parked again. I went and talked to the administrator there, or one of the administrators at the school, and basically she called 911, had the ambulance come out, and I looked under the car, and the bumper was or is bent. So the plastic flexible piece that covers the bumper makes it look like there's no damage, but when you look under the van, there's a bend in it where it hit and bent the bumper. So what happened? He went to the hospital, right? And she went to oh, well, I'll say this before that. They looked up her insurance card information, and they got this voice thing saying 77-year-old woman. I said, "No way, this woman is 77 years old." And then he got a picture of the woman. I said, "No, that's not the woman that hit us." And he said, "Is that all the information you got?" I said, "That's all that she gave me." So he was supposed to write it up as a hit and run, but he was also going to look later at the to see if there was a surveillance camera to catch the accident or catch who it was, and talk to the administrators. And as I'm assuming that they know who the person is, but whether or not the insurance stuff has been sorted out, we do not know. You went to the ambulance, you went to the hospital, and what'd they do?
God, I can't stop yelling. Well, it was whiplash, or a sprained neck, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just taking it easy for right now, and I've been muscle relaxers and pain pills. I've done probably one of each for the last week. Probably stopped taking them when, Saturday.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I think I'm on my way to recovery. I still have a little bit achiness there, but not too bad.
And most likely, because there is an injury, somebody got hurt, we're going to be dealing with at least a little bit of physical therapy or something. And here is what we've learned in our other two accidents is that when you are in other physical therapies, occupational therapy, they kind of want you to stop treating your other issues. And Natalie just started PT and OT. She made a video the other day about it and was posted on YouTube. And so, are you concerned that they'll make you change, like PT people?
Yes, I am. I don't want that.
And we also know when you deal with injuries and lawyers and stuff that they will milk all of that, pain and suffering, injury money, bodily injury money out of the insurance company if you let them. And one of the last, the first wreck, they were going to give me a cortisone shot, right? They had a surgeon come into their medical place once a month or something like that, and I think they said it was like a $4,000 procedure or $4,800, and of course they negotiate those down, but they can only negotiate it down so much. But that would have took probably all of my bodily injury claim, and if I would have kept going to, we'll probably make a video about this horrible place one day because it's an honest review. We should be protected, to do this, but we'll do that later. So you got to make sure that whatever they're treating, old injuries is not, they're not treating the old injury with the new PT people. So they need to make sure that it's car wreck related, that it's this car wreck related. What is your experience? And you've had car wrecks before, right? Like,
I've never pursued a lawyer.
yeah.
That's the first time with you, so.
This is the first wreck too that there wasn't police involved while the other person was there.
Yes.
When that happens, their insurance company usually contacts you the next day or so, and they offer you $1,000 or something, and say, no liability from us or the driver that caused the problem. And if you say I went to the ER, and they will kind of tally up. That's what happened one of those times, right? They tallied up, this is going to cost so much for CT, MRI, X-ray, hospital visit. So I'll give you $4,800 or $2,800 or whatever it was. Well, they offered you $5,000, didn't they?
I think that's gonna happen with all my wrecks, even without the lawyer. I have had other wrecks. None were my fault. I wasn't even driving it. Most of them, but yeah, they happen to be my vehicles, which is odd in itself.
And with our first wreck, which you were pregnant, and just a few months later,
I was pregnant with 2 of our wrecks, both.
Yeah, I'm talking about you. One where the bus hit you. That was Junior, right? Yeah, so a few weeks before he was born, or at least she was going to the OBGYN right there at UF Health, the big hospital in Gainesville. Crossing the street, an RTS bus was turning the corner there, and he sideswiped her, and she was in her wheelchair. She wasn't in a vehicle. So we could have pursued that, and what's weird is you have to ask the city of Gainesville's permission to sue them for the injury that they caused. That's what they were explaining to us. If RTS hits you, kills you, whatever, most likely they would try to do something. Here's you $2,000 or whatever, but they can also deny you a court, your day in court. So we were already entangled in this other car wreck, and what happens is you're treating two different injuries, and how do you distinguish? This is what lawyers tell us. How do you distinguish which injury came from where now? So if you bring up a second lawsuit at the same time, it's just a tangled mess. So it's better dealing with a private, insurance company versus a city, because you could be just denied anything. So luckily, Junior turned out fine despite a car wreck and getting basically run over by the city bus. Now the second wreck, we had JJ with us in the back seat, right?
No, I was pregnant with JJ.
Somebody was in the back seat.
No, I was pregnant with Jonathan.
Okay, yeah, so we had JJ in the back seat with us, but Charlie wasn't with us. Yeah. So this was a cool night. Was it wintertime? I can't remember. It was cold.
It was probably October, November.
And it was right in front of, what was that, the administration building at UF?
Yeah.
So where there used to be a water fountain there, if anybody's familiar. So we were at a red light. It was dark.
It was dark and rainy.
Rainy. Just stopped, and somebody hit the car behind us, and the car behind us hit us, and the woman's car behind us didn't get too much damage, but we, this person had minimum insurance, $10,000, PIP, and unfortunately the one that hit us a few weeks ago also, I think, has just PIP. But we had, 2 injuries and 2 car repairs. How do you... Our car was totaled. It was totaled because why you left on the mark. Because this was before we had the wheelchair van with the ramp. We had the lift on the back of the car. And when she hit us, it moved the lift, pushed it into the glass back of the van. Glass exploded into
there was glass
pieces
everywhere, even in our hair.
In our hair, front seat, and so she had minimum insurance, and the lady, we knew from the first, going through PTs and stuff with a lawyer, that we could have easily lost all of our money. So the second time we went to our own chiropractor and stuff, and we kind of knew when to stop so that there was something left, because anybody, any medical person or lawyer that, who knows, kickbacks I guess are illegal, but who really knows when you are almost married to a lawyer, like you have a medical place that's close knit with a lawyer, and the medical place gets 90% of your money, and the lawyer gets 30% or something.
Yeah.
That the lawyer is most likely getting something else from the medical place too, and them not negotiating down was an issue I had, and there was a big to-do about it. I had a big meeting with the biggest head lawyer, the owner of the company, because he was afraid that I was going to shame him, or make his name bad, right? So you kind of learn. So the second time around, we only treated for a few months, and I said that's enough. You can do whatever we need to do. But let's see. So another issue is during their second accident is, like I said, the van was totaled. I really don't think it would have been considered totaled had it not been for that ramp. It probably wouldn't have. And we tried our best to keep the van. We were going to buy it back from the insurance company or try to make a settlement where we would still own it, just replace the back door and window. And there's a lot of complicated crap about lawyers and how you should, if you should rebuild a wrecked car which could have some frame damage. And I don't think that is a huge What do you think? I mean, did you think that's a bunch of baloney? We didn't get hit very hard, but still, it destroyed the back of the van because of the ramp. But
well, yeah. Now I'm kind of worried about what I was saying. Kind of gone off topic, like back to this wreck.
I was going to make this go back to this one too.
This is what I'm concerned about because our whole van is, what do you call it, custom.
Modified, customized. Yeah.
Yes, because it is modified for a handicapped wheelchair van. So, that's my big fear now is, which hopefully the wheelchair guy emails me back because I have emailed him to ask about that because that's my concern. Before we go take it to a body shop, are they gonna be able to fix it, or does it need to be specially equipped because looked at because it's special equipment?
Our insurance company emailed us and said that we need to go to their online or whatever body shop to see, to get a custom quote. But I emailed one of the guys and I said I'm going to wait because we don't know if it's a $200 in damage or if it's $3,000 in damage.
Right.
And I have a $500 deductible. I'm not going to spend $500 for a $150 or $200 repair. But I also don't know if they allow me to get a quote from a wheelchair customization place, which is Gator Custom, which does that, to have it properly inspected and fixed. So we don't know. Maybe she'll hear something from the owner, or I'll hear something from the insurance company or the lawyers or something. But back to that second wreck. Because that lady had such terrible insurance, and because the other lady that got hit but was still driving her car around everywhere, here's the story I got. She went to her own preferred body shop. She got a quote to fix her car. She didn't like how little the quote was, and she held the case up for several months because she was fighting with the insurance company. I don't know if she had a lawyer or what, but she didn't, I guess, have an injury. So this little $10,000, dollars, which was 10,000 bodily injury and 10,000 in repairs, right? So they totaled our car, and luckily they valued our car great. And luckily, the insurance adjuster on the offender's end, the person the at-fault driver's end, thought that our, case or whatever was legitimate, and hers may not have been. So we went for a few months fighting, and and again, our lawyers aren't their lawyers. We don't know exactly what they're thinking, what they're saying, but our lawyer said we have one more idea. They said there's this rule or law or something in the state that states that if one of the the victims or whatever is able to drive their car around and the other isn't, even if you do not have a rental agreement on the insurance, you can actually request the at-fault driver's insurance company to compensate you for renting a vehicle. And they said, we're going to bring this up to that person and say, basically, when we do that, when we rent the vehicle, it's going to take cash out of all of our settlements. Our settlement, my settlement, Natalie's, and the other ladies. So within a week, we had our settlement money. She changed her mind because, you know, she could have held out for a couple months, but what's a couple months in rental fees, you know, $1,000 or something? She, you know, her whatever 1,200 or whatever she got for her repair is what she got, and we got more than what we paid for our vehicle. What was it, like 7,000 or something? I don't remember. You know, because we got our vehicle at a good deal because her dad knew the guy that was the dealer that was selling the vehicle, and between that and the stimulus money, we were able to get the wheelchair van, a used one. And this is the point I was trying to make. We were so kind of put back by the second wreck, the whole ordeal, that we decided to get full coverage that pays for, even if it's our damn, you know, if we cause the wreck, if it's a hit and run or anything like that, we get our van paid for. It's more expensive, of course, and that's the whole thing. But right now, we're just gonna play it by ear. And what are your plans from now on? Are you just gonna try to see what the lawyers and the physical therapists say? And
Yeah, I mean, I think I need to touch base with the lawyer and see what's going on, like. And again, my biggest concern right now is that bumper. I don't want to just go out and get it fixed anywhere if it's going to be an issue because of the frame of a wheelchair van. Like, that's a big worry right now.
And, you know, I'm also worried, of course, because we do not know, like I said, if the woman has admitted fault, do they have the right information? The police, the lawyers, and we don't know. We don't know if because although there was people everywhere, you know, nobody come to witness the wreck. So we should have made a bigger deal about it right then and there, and we should have had the police come while she was there, or tried to. Maybe snap a photo or a video if she tried to run away. Yeah. You know, so we don't know if she was high and on drugs or if she was really legitimately thinking that she was doing the right thing, but she gave us the wrong insurance information. We didn't, you know, you don't ask somebody for an ID. I guess you do if you're smart, but you assume that the insurance card is you. That your name is on the insurance card, and if it's not, you say, okay, here's my name, this is my ID or whatever. It is what it is, though.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Like this video and subscribe to my channel.